Hello everybody and welcome to a modern stream. It's been a minute since I've been playing some lands here in this channel. So I say, why don't we do that, you know? We're gonna be trying out some Naya lands. I try to update my deck list, trying some new stuff, trying some old stuff, and repeating a couple of cards that I was a little bit impressed by, namely this one right here. It seems like when what you're getting back with your Renegade Rallier is a Renan 6 or an Elvish Reclaimer, this card all of a sudden becomes very, very good. So we're going to try going up to the full 4 copies, and you're going to see that in this new version of lands. I'm not really bothering with stuff like Knight of the Reliquary or Explorer or anything like that. We're just trying to be like a little bit more of taking a little bit more inspiration from a rock style deck. I do have a couple of Arboreal Gracers, which I'm honestly not very sure whether they're going to be good or not. Like, it blocks Monkey, but besides that, the card's probably not great. So I did consider stuff like Solitude or like more Marches or Lightning Bolt, so that there's a bunch of different places where we can go. But I'm going to be trying out Gracer for now. But yeah, this deck tries to take advantage of Titania, Protector of Argoth. This card is very, very powerful, particularly when you combo it with Suranor. It usually just wins the game on the spot when you do that. You gain a bunch of life, and then you get a bunch of 5/3s that, you know, are probably unstoppable for your opponent. It also ramps, and it gets value from Renan 6 by recurring Ursa's Saga, which we can play over and over again, make constructs, get value, find our one of 2 durable targets for the last chapter. We also have Boseiju now, which I have not yet played in this deck, and I'm very, very excited. I really like the fact that we can actually just play the Boseiju in the early game, and then later in the game we can just sack it to Reclaimer and then get it back with Ren, and then we can start to get value that way. So even if naturally drawing the Boseiju already seems like just like a fine thing to happen. And then we have a bunch of utility lands: Blast Zone, Bojuku Bog, and that's it. the other utility land is in the sideboard, which is another Boseiju. But yeah, we have a lot of tools, and hopefully we're gonna be doing some damage. The sideboard is a little bit it's interesting. So we have Boseiju, copy number 3 against decks like Tron, Amulet, Hammer, stuff like that. Beating Needle, which we can fetch with Saga, obviously. Celestia Charm is an answer to Murktide, Death Shadow, and stuff like that. So the reason is that in those matchups we're going to want access to Chalice of the Void, so we can have a Chalice in play and we can still answer their threats. Damping Sphere against Tron and Amulet, which are not fantastic matchups, particularly Tron. It's a little bit sketchy, so it also doubles as hate against Storm and stuff like that, so welcome addition. Torpor Orb against the 4-color deck, Elementals and stuff like that. Extra copies of Endurance because this card is absolutely cracked and it's just very, very good. 2 copies of Force of Vigor against Hammers and Blood Moons and stuff like that. And Engineered Explosives mostly against Shadow decks and Hammer and whatnot. So we're going to see how this deck fares through a league. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Not just the like button is fine. Yeah, in any case, if you're interested in checking out the content and supporting the content, you can do so through Patreon, and you can do so by making donations, where I can play any deck of your choosing live on stream or in a video that I make straight up for YouTube. And finally, I do coaching now. Then you can find all of that information in the description of the video below. Let's do it. All right, Splinter Twin. I've never mulliganed Splinter Twin in my life. I'm not about to start right now. Opponent has Jegantha, but if I play fetch on 1, that means I can make Reclaimer a 3/4 on turn 2. I mean, I'm not gonna do that anyways, so might as well leave myself the option to fetch for a basic if I need to. Like, my opponent could be playing mono red, and then I definitely want to make sure that I can play around Blood Moon, right? Bloodstained Mire. Don't kill my Reclaimer, don't kill my Reclaimer, don't kill my Reclaimer, don't kill my Reclaimer. That looks like he's gonna kill my Reclaimer. That's gonna kill my Reclaimer. Oh, it's a monkey! It doesn't kill the Reclaimer. Sick. That doesn't kill the Reclaimer, chat. That doesn't kill the Reclaimer. Man of Principle. Don't make me choose a Kappa League. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so what do we do now? I can kill that, but... I could also just trade. Opponent playing Grixis Shadow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trade actually. We get our value from Reclaimer, they don't get their value from their monkey. Get a Triumph. I think I'm just gonna get a Saga here. We can get that party started. That's it, Darcy. Do we even care about Darcy? Bam Man. 22 months, welcome back. Friendstream is back on the menu. I was just watching your Legacy Trophy vid. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that Legacy video was awesome. So I think I'm gonna... Do I kill this Darcy or do I just not care? I have Endurance, so I don't think I care about the DRC actually. Do I kill it or not? I think I don't kill it. Famous last words, but... Derek Kanjus with the tier 1 stuff, coming back for 3 months. Thank you, Dirk. Beaning the Iteration. Interesting. Also beating Cling to Dust. Wow. Huh. Man, we have so many options here. Because I could just cast the Endurance instead of making Saga tokens. But then we get... blown out by... Unholy Heat. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get value from this Saga. Get a Stomping Ground here. Make a token. Huh. That's a card. So I want to save this now. What's up, house? So nothing. Yeah, just make another token. I think we can do some construct things here. Oh, I think I'm getting Soul Guide Lantern. So I want to save this for the Rattler, so I'm just going to play out the Boseiju here. It's not like it's doing anything anyway. And I think we don't attack. I don't want to kill one of these though. Oh, there's a BTQ right now? So I can exile my own graveyard here. It makes my Rallier worse. So maybe this is just fine. Opponent kept on top too. I could endurance myself. But then I can call. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Oh, this is bad. Whoops. Okay. Change of plans, I guess. So I want to resolve the evoke trigger first. And then make myself shuffle. I actually timed that very poorly. For whatever reason, I thought that Soul Guide targeted. Anyway. Yeah, I obviously messed that up. Quite clearly messed that up, but it's probably okay. At least we shuffle the cards back into our deck, which is not the worst. Flagstones. My opponent can kill one of these constructs here and then trade. But I think I'm fine with that. Interesting. Snapcaster Drown. That's kind of okay. Doesn't matter too much. Beating and Holy Heat is interesting. Fetch for basic forest, I guess. Yeah, maybe I should have just. Maybe I should just let it go. Really want to draw Titania here. Like if we draw Titania, I think that we're fine. What's up, Adam? How you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, maybe I just spewed too much value with that endurance, and I should have just let it go, because I did have access to a Lamri Skull for what's his name, right? So I think I should have just, like, I could have called for Titania right here, right? Sure, I would be facing a second Darcy, and like this Darcy sets up more good stuff for them, and it kind of obviously snowballs from there. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's close. Oh, you can't see the opponent's hands. Okay, let me fix that real quick. All right, opponent plays some Dashi Monkey. Man, we really want to dodge. Like Rallier would be so bad for us. Templar Garland's gone. Okay, that's fine. Titania. Mountain. So imagine they're gonna K command, make me this card, and yeah. Oh. Okay. They did get back Snapcaster. So if they have a land, they can have Snapcaster to steal another draw step. But if they dash Monkey, then they don't have the mana, so. The unfortunate thing about this edition was not being able to... Oh, I forgot to gain life. Whoops. Whatever. It's fine. Like, we were not going to get there. I think I played that game a little bit poorly. Like, you can see that I haven't played this deck in a really long time. Anyway. Chalice is good. I think Boseiju is pretty bad. It's possible my opponent's not playing... What's his name? They have Colligan's command, so maybe I don't want the Chalice. I'd rather just have my Reclaimers. Cold is fine, Endurance is fantastic. Could cut the Gracers. My opponent's playing Monkey, but it's fine. My artifacts are good. What's up, Bob? How you doing? What, you top 8'd? What do you top 8? That's sick. That seems fine to me. That was a very poorly played game now. The more that I think about it, the more that I'm just like, I played that like garbage. You can really see how how things changed after I haven't streamed for a while. Okay, turn 1 Reclaimer, sure. Hey, look at Titania. Currently a Pioneer Master, nice. This is hot, chat. This is getting hot in here. It's getting so hot in here. Was that a good draw? Woof. Woof. 2 years. What the fuck? Dude, time is just a lie that humanity tells itself. Time is subjective. If you think that it's been 2 weeks instead of 2 years, like nobody can prove you otherwise. What is time after all? It's an arbitrary, completely arbitrary choice. So my opponent did not... They did not kill my Reclaimer last turn, so I'm just gonna get another Flagstones here. We can get super punished, but yeah, they didn't kill the Reclaimer last turn, and it was a good turn to kill the Reclaimer, so... Wow, we're gonna put so much pressure on them. This is great. We're gonna put so much pressure on them. Cling to dust. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I'm the old guy with the crazy hair, yeah. I think we're trading Monkey for a Reclaimer here. I kind of don't want them to have mana. And if they spend their turn like getting back on the board, that's great. They only have 2 lands, right? Expressive Iteration, you got it. We're gonna need to resolve Titania. So good to see me live on Twitch. Thank you, Titan Talk. So I've already found Alpine Moon, which means that instead of cracking the Flagstones, I'm gonna crack the Saga now. Slightly awkward, but it's fine. One named Sursa Saga. Pog. I think I just resolved Titania here, right? What could go wrong? Wanya. HefG, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, I could have prismatic in the Alpine Moon there. Whoops. It's probably fine. Like, this is not doing anything, right? Better find an answer, opponent. If you've got a Death Shadow. Do you also have the Lightning Bolt? Or the Unholy Heat? You don't. Awkward. Awkward. Yep. Okay. Opponent is indeed playing Shadow. Changes? Not really. Deck looks great. Do you think this is a better Reclaimer deck than the Rock? I mean, it's a better Reclaimer deck. Not sure whether it's a better deck. But it's obviously a much better Reclaimer deck. Like, we have so many more options, right? Like, and Reclaimer Flagstones is just, it's a fucked up interaction. If you can take advantage of it. Like, I don't think the Black Green Rock is very good at taking advantage of the Reclaimer Flagstones interaction, but this one is, right? When you have a 5-drop that comes down and literally ends the game, you know, it's just good stuff. So my opponent showed me Alpine Moon, so even though I have a double Saga hand, I'm not super stoked about it. This is much better. So much better. Keep. Bottom. Here we go. Point also moves to 6. Not bad. Let's play a tapped Temple Guard and say go. They didn't have remote, they didn't have counters, what were they holding? I don't know. Alright, so they did keep on top there with the Consider, so 2 mana. Dashed Monkey, okay. Prismatic ending. Oh no. Let's get a Stomping Ground here. Can I have my land back? Thank you. So now they're gonna be, they have the choice, like whether they want to dash and kill Ren or whether they want to dash and like attack me and keep doing the monkey thing, but they kind of have to attack me, right? Because like that's the problem with dashing monkey, just like it just clogs so much of your mana. Yeah, they have to attack me. They have to leave the Ren here because like they're just forced into a situation where if they don't dash, like they don't do anything. So just puts them in an awkward spot. So they're not really progressing their mana. But now that they see the Ren, they literally can't progress their mana. So Reclaimer is a sicko draw. I guess it's gonna get killed, so it's not that good really. Thank you for the sub, Bob. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Appreciate ya. Here we go. Got a blocker for your monkey now. You see how my opponent's not really progressing their game plan. Sure. Hit my thing. And now they're forced to dash again. Like they're not gonna hit on mana. They're not progressing killing this Ren either. They're progressing killing me, for what's worth. But like I can draw. Suranor is a funny draw. Would love to draw a Saga. Would definitely love to draw a Saga. I'm honestly considering prismatic ending the token, just so my opponent can just not get ahead. All your players ran on a budget? I would just play a different deck. I'm gonna be playing an Absent version next. And that version doesn't play Ren. So I would probably recommend playing that. But the reason to play Naya is to play Ren. Like it's one of the best cards in the deck. Endurance. I mean, if they cast this, I just ending it, so it's not that big of a deal. Sure. They do force me to use the ending, however. Soul Guide Lantern. Huh. So, black, red, white. Kill the Endurance. Play this. Soul Guide. Exile Inquisition. Sack Flagstones. Yes. Temple Garden tapped. Plus Ren. Your turn. Is it Naya lands? It is Naya lands, yes. Willow Guys plus Slowing Up. So no, I'm not doing that stuff. I'm playing good cards instead. Playing Amulet for the first time in paper this Saturday. Thanks for getting motivation to build it. Oh, awesome, Mayosha. Yeah, hope you have a great time. No. They do have to tag the Ren there. Which is not really where they want to be, but do play the Shadow. Another Shadow. Alright, can we draw an Engineered Explosives? Titania would also be a good draw. Reclaimer is not a great draw. Case Heroes, thank you so much for that Prime sub, coming back for 30 months. Appreciate you. Let's hope it doesn't only work for Mr. Streamer because whitelisted. Nyland so much evolution since the first iteration with Cat token and the big rule spell. Yeah. Yeah, I did change this deck a bunch over the time I've been working on it. It is mostly because a bunch of new cards got printed. So we just grow Reclaimer. The thing is, if I want to play around Drown, I have to play the Endurance right now. So let's cast Endurance. And I think I'm gonna Endurance my opponent. Now we're gonna sack. We're gonna sack. We're gonna sack. 3/4 dude. Shock resolves. We do have Blast Zone in the deck, which is nice. Nile Spellbomb. Their last card being Nile Spellbomb obviously is pretty good for them. Their only unknown card being Nile Spellbomb is not bad. It is definitely not bad. If this is 14 damage, I think I take it. Because we can swing for, like, Ren and 6 is lethal if they make this attack. Fetch or basic forest. Cast Ren, ping, ping, ping. So I think if we draw explosives, it doesn't really matter. So I think this is the best chance that I have at winning, right? Yeah. That's a better split, because this means that I can't win now. So that being the case, we know that they have Monkey in hand. We have 2 explosives in the deck. I'm definitely not blocking the one that's going face, but am I blocking the one that's going at Ren is the question. I think I don't. Where am I getting the third ping from? I said if I draw Ren. Ursa Saga. Man, I really need that. If that Reclaimer had survived, I think we were in a good spot. But now I think we're dead. Oh, this is now lethal. That was a bad play. Yeah, that was a bad play. I forgot that they had a monkey in hand. Yeah, I just killed myself here. Whoops. Yeah, this... Oh, interesting. They were holding on to that. Yeah, okay. Like, this was just a little bit too much. We had draws, but we just didn't get there. Alright, see you in the next round. Okay, so... Sand is okay, I think, because we can go... Turn 1, Stomping Ground map. And then we can fetch a Saga. Play it on turn 3. We also have interaction. We also have a Rallier. I haven't learned a drop island, so the deck isn't that much for me aside for Knuckle. Yeah, the Knuckle is... You can just not play it. It's not that big of a deal. So I know that I drew the Reclaimer here, but I think my plan is going to be the same because it's very likely my opponent has a push or a bolt or a hit here, and all of those kill Reclaimer. So next turn I can go play Saga into play Reclaimer, or play Heat into Rallier into Reclaimer, both of which are much better plays. I'm definitely fetching Saga with this map though. But I think that there's a ton of value in not allowing my opponent to use their mana efficiently. We do get a little bit punished if they play turn 2 Dothy. That would be kind of annoying. If they go turn 2 Dothy, I probably have to... I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I just play Heat and play Reclaimer. I play Ending and play Reclaimer, so it's not even that big of a deal. It would be the worst case scenario, but it's still not that big of a deal. Alright, we are playing against Dredge, actually. So opponent goes land into Thirteen Discovery. We do have Bog, so we can just crack this for a Bog if we want to. Been brewing bad deck with Archmage's Touch. I really have a problem. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, sorry, I missed your question earlier, Tuesday. Do you have any advice for someone trying to learn to play Titan at a higher level? I know the basic lines, I'm not too comfortable with the deck. Goldfish a lot. I think that Amulet is one of the decks that is the best to Goldfish with, which is pretty cool because it makes practicing sort of efficient. So I do like goldfishing a lot, and like knowing, I kind of find what I like to do is I like to try to goldfish and try to figure out, okay, if I wanted to play around X, what would I do? You know, like this line is like I look at a hand and I look at my board state and I say, okay, so what does this hand, what can I do to beat Solitude? What can I do to beat Counterspell? What can I do to beat X, Y, Z, etc.? Anything in particular has brought Dredge back? I think that Dredge is pretty good against the 4-color decks. But it looks like Dredge is not very good at players playing it at a reasonable pace, because my opponent's really struggling over there. They're taking like... They have literally played one spell, and that's taken up how much of their clock? Like almost 4 minutes? That's really good. That's really fucking good what my opponent did right there, huh? Good stuff. Must be nice. So I probably don't have to be in the Ox here because they don't have enough cards and they don't have a Dredger. So I'm gonna just crack this for a Saga, I think. And then fetch for planes. Oh wow, we're also waiting. Just F6! Just F6, opponent! Please! Please, let me have a compelling video here. Fetch a basic. Play Reclaimer. Say go. Next turn we can activate Reclaimer for Boseiju Bog if we want to. And we can also... Prismatic Ending, like a Price Amalgam or whatever. Or a Ghoul. So if we do get to survive this turn, I think we're probably in okay shape. And then Saga can help us. Saga can help us get back into the game thanks to either Shadow Spear, Soul Guide, or one of those. Alright. Let's see what they do here. So do I want to block the Ghoul here, or do I want to... Like, I definitely want to block something. So I think I'm gonna block the Ghoul, actually. So if my opponent wants to cycle it, they're gonna have... Like, they have to cycle it now. And now next turn I can Prismatic Ending the Amalgam to stem the bleeding a little bit. They still cannot get back Ox here, unless they have a 1-drop. Time Luck Clock, 36 weeks. Is our sub baby going to be a 6/6 aficionado? Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you so much for the continued support, Time Luck Clock, I appreciate it. Alright, what does my opponent do? They do crack the Ghoul. Which is good, because this is actually the best case scenario. Now I do still have the blocker for the Amalgam. And we still cannot get Oxed here. We're going to have Bog at instant speed. So I definitely want to put a stop on my opponent's draw step. Iladamri's Call. Well, the fact that my Rallier didn't even die means that I can just take it easy here, which is very cool. So we play out this Saga for sure. And I guess I can just chill. I can just pass the turn. And I can call on their end step. Let's see what they dredge. It's probably worth getting rid of, huh? Crack this. Get Boseiju Bog. This also gets rid of the Ox. And they probably don't have another card drawer because they didn't play it last turn. Maybe I'm just full of shit though. We'll see. City of Brass. So I call for Titania. Play land. Play Titania. We can still activate Reclaimer. I could also call for Endurance. 3 mana. What is this, main deck Prismatic Handling? There's no way. They do have the Reunion. Alright, I guess I've been got. I guess I have been got then. So they Dredge double imp. And what? Oh, come on. So, I mean, I'm just gonna call for Endurance and just Endurance their stuff, right? I think Reclaimer is gonna be enough to win this game. But I really don't want to fall behind. Moist Guppy, thank you so much for that sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Pleasure to have you here. Got him. Take one. Red and 6 is just kind of nice, actually. Play my land. Ping their Amoeba. I guess I could have cracked Bog and then got him back Bog and replayed it for the turn. Maybe that was better. Feels like this is fine though. Famous last words. Because I don't think the token is gonna matter. I am gonna get I think I'm gonna get Shadow Spear though. And on end step, I think that on end step I'm gonna be getting another Saga instead of activating the to make a token. Guess it depends on what my opponent does. They don't have good attacks. They also missed a land, I just noticed. Okay, so they do Dredge. The Imp. Black and blue. Otherworldly Gaze main phase, that's fine. I don't think we care too much about that. Opponent's putting some cards on top of their deck. All of this is cool. That's a gift. Sweet. Awesome. I mean, that's the problem when you double queue, right? You make garbage plays. Double queuing leads to garbage plays. Just gonna get back Boseiju Bog. I guess I could just get Pseudo Orb. That's actually better. Bog, yeah. Swing. I think we may be in okay shape here, chat. I think we may be in okay shape. Opponent agrees. Alright, give me them endurances. Inject them into my veins. All of the endurances. This card looks like garbage. And I think that's it. Like, the rest of my sideboard doesn't do anything. It's kind of fine though. Like I don't care that that's the case. Because I think my main deck is fine. Maybe the third copy of Boseiju in case they'd have stuff like Alpine Moon. Probably not worth it. Yeah, let's just ship it. Let's just ship it. Okay. Turn 2 Ren, no hate, but we do have the combo here. So if we make it to turn 5, we're probably going to win. Let's ship it. Turn 1 Reclaimer is pretty good here. Keep. And I think we're going to ship the second Saga. What did we lose to round 1? We lost to Shadow, like Jegantha Grixis Shadow. Decent draw. Turn 1 Reclaimer. That card is actually surprisingly good in Dredge, I think. They kept the card on top, but they're gonna dredge it away. So I wonder what that means. What's the point of keeping it? Oh, they kept the second land. Okay, that makes sense. And their last card in hand is a reunion. Alright. Imp, Thug, Thug. Well, now we win, right? Just get Bog here. Opponent was one dredge too short. Reclaimer. Reclaimer. I love this card so much. I love this card so much. Sure. You get your otherworldly gaze flashback, my friend. You got me. You got me. Second Reclaimer. Play Saga. Say go. I'm back on the good side of the magic. Yes, always. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we have access to Endurance. Like, this game is just so over. Like, my opponent thinks that they have a chance, but they don't. They may think that this game is close. Spoiler alert, it's not. It's not even remotely close to being close. Alright, see you next round. I do like this hand a lot. Let's keep it. So we can go turn 1 Gracer into turn 2 Rallier. Okay. Basic Forest. Gracer. And I think I actually want to... Do I want to play the Saga here? Yeah, actually, let's do that. And then we can play Gracer later. We can play Rallier later, sorry. Paimolans with the Prime Sub, 13 months. Really appreciated Paimo. Welcome. They get Batterskull. Do I care about Batterskull? Another Saga. So what does my next turn look like? I make a Saga token. Next turn, make another Saga token. Opponent plays their Batterskull. Like we can exile the Battle Scroll, because I can just take this turn off and just exile the Stoneforge Mystic. And they have Hushbringers and not Torpors. Am I losing a lot of percentage points there? Not really. No, not really. Thinks I'm going to sleep early tonight, so also me able to turn off the PC and then see if... Hey, Death Lighter. Yo, if you gotta go to sleep, make sure you get it. I value sleep much more than I used to value it before these days. This deck looks like my next FNM deck. It's a fantastic FNM deck. Man, we have a really hard decision right here. We have a really hard decision here. I think I'm gonna go the Saga route. Just try to overwhelm my opponent's stuff. Here's a token. Ooh, hello there. Well, super punished for not playing the Rallier last turn, huh? Wow, my opponent not respecting the main deck Pity Needle, huh? So let's get Expedition Map here, I think. And I think I'm gonna play the Triumph, or I can play the Saga. I think I'm gonna play the Triumph because next turn I want to go Rallier into get back Saga. Obviously, we're not gonna attack into the Battle School. Have you seen the Meshi combo deck? Played at my more local, and I ticked all my Amulet Brain boxes. Deck was really good time. Yeah, I'm actually considering playing that one fairly soon. They have Caldra too. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I just don't care. Take 9. You got me. My opponent says waiting for the amulet. That's funny. So let's go fetch land for plains. Get back Saga. Ending the Caldra. That's cute. Okay. That seems so bad, but sure. So I guess I'm gonna have to take more steps to kill that now, huh? Okay. So okay, make constructs into 4/4s. Can also crack map and get it back, which is a little bit nice. Can I post a tweet for the measure list? Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. I appreciate asking. I could also just play Titania. I think I'm just gonna play Titania. This plays around Grief better. Solitude. Okay. And I'm not gonna crack the map because that makes my constructs bigger. Alright, my opponent's on the Garbo plan over there. Sure. They gain me so much life. Love to see it. They just get Shadow Spear. This means that they can't attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I play the Rallier here, I can get back another Saga. Seems decent. Can I get that one again, please? Thank you. Seems good. So if I attack, opponent blocks with both. It's not a good exchange for me, right? So we just chill. I mean, they did shock there. I guess it's not even a shock, it's an actual bolt. Charming Prince. Sure. I think I'll take 5 here. Here we'll see what they target. Just gonna gain 5 more. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm still ahead here. I may be wrong about that, but it kind of feels like I'm ahead. Let's get Soul Guide Lantern, guarantee that I don't lose the game for some random reason. Play another Saga. Equip Shadow Spear. Sure. You got me. It's a lot of Saga tokens. I don't know. That's a lot of Saga tokens. Maybe it's closer than I think, but I don't think it is. Like, unless they have a way to exile this. Maul of the Skycliffs. I don't think that raises me. Should have probably locked. Yep. I mean, yep. My entire deck is just gas. Equip onto a construct. And we never drew a Ren too. So attack, attack, attack. And I just exile the Caldra. I think this is fine, right? First time casting this card, it's kind of weird to cast. X is currently 0. Yeah, 0 is fine. Okay. Will this deck be playable without Ren? Maybe just white-green. No. I have an Absam build that I'm going to be trying next. And that's probably what I would recommend. I haven't tried it just yet, though. Close game. Close game. My point is out there fighting. I respect the fight. I have to say I do respect the fight. Also, good thing I didn't chump last turn, right? Grazy boy. Grazy boy. Doing the thing once again. Gracie boy doing the thing once again. Boseiju looks good. Like number 3. Opponent's playing like Reanimator and shit. Ugh, do I even care? I think Needle is fine. Is it fine? Probably not even worth it. Force is weird. I don't think I want too much of that effect. I think Boseiju is just gonna do it. My exile effects are fantastic. Gracer's probably a little bit medium. But I'm gonna keep in the Soulguide Lantern. B6 has Caldra, but probably not good enough. Damping Sphere is bad. Torpor Orb. I don't feel like Torpor Orb's good enough. It just feels like naturally my ETBs line up better against my opponents. So I think I'm gonna go with this. Stood up with Spear, the sloth. I know he loves violence. It's possible. It has that feisty look, you know? Sure, let's keep this hand. Play Mapsego. Stoneforge. So that just dies to the ending. And I think I'm getting Temple Garden. Oh, that's so much better. Because now I can save the fetch land for Rallier. We can get ramping. Do a little bit of ramping over there. Oh yes, you love to see it. Sword of Truth and Justice. Alright, I actually need to stop for a second and figure out what this card does. Equipped creature gives +2/+2 and has pro white and pro blue. Whenever it deals combat damage to the player, put a percentage counter on your creature you control and proliferate. I think this is the worst card I've seen in a match of Modern. Probably ever. And here I'm going for Rallier instead of Saga because now we can Titania next turn, right? So that's a pretty good turn to kind of make the lip, just to take it to turn off the ramp, and Titania on the following turn. Not a bad draw. Oh, I should have attacked there. My opponent could have marched for this. You're we go. That card with Neon Crusader is fun. Yeah. I don't know about this deck, man. It's just so bad. Every single time I play against this deck, it's so bad. So bad. Every single time. Sure. Like, they 3-4-2'd themselves. Like, it's not even good value. Like, I end up ahead on this exchange. Like this was actively good for me. Like, what are they gonna do now? Like, trade with my Titania and I play another one? Like, what are we doing here? You got me, and we play another one? Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's no coincidence that they call this like red-black or black-white scam. The only scammed people are the ones playing it, but GG's opponent. I do like that, you know, I know that this player is like super devoted to this strategy. Like, they just jam it all the time. So I do really like that. I do like, you know, like the folks that find an archetype that they really like and they work on it constantly, like constantly trying to build it and make it better. I think it's really cool. Like, I feel like that's how you arrive at playing cards like Touch of the Spirit Realm, right? Like, this is like, it's probably good in their deck. Like, my opponent has a lot more experience with the card. It looked terrible there, but like, they have a lot more experience with the deck than I do, obviously. So maybe this is actually overall pretty solid in their deck. But it's just like, by design, this deck feels weird to me because you're playing a mid-range deck that wants to get into a top deck war, but whose top decks are terrible. So it just feels like by design this strategy doesn't make any sense to me. Like, imagine like right now, like we're in a top deck war, but I mean my opponent died with 5 cards in their hand. Like, what is their hand? Their hand is probably like a bunch of uncastable cards. They probably have like Reanimate and or like Persist, or, you know, Ephemerate with no creatures in play, or they have like the 2/2 Guided Blink. So it's a bunch of synergy cards that don't work well individually in a deck that wants to get into a top deck war where it's really hard to leverage those little synergies. So it's a weird concept. I'm not a fan of the strategy. I've seen it just, you know, turn 1 Grief Ephemerate can sometimes be very good. And, you know, turn 1 Grief Ephemerate, it's one more card, right? Grief Ephemerate takes out one more card than Grief, Touch of the Spirit Realm, or Grief Persist. So you end up a little bit better on the exchange at that point. But every time they don't have that, it just looks like a conglomeration of just cards that don't really work well together, or like they don't work towards a very cohesive game plan. At least that's what I've seen. Maybe I've been just getting lucky and my opponent's draws have just been bad. But, you know, again, it's a mid-range deck. You don't want your cards to not work with each other or like to be bad top decks. Anyways, see you next round. All right. Do I like this hand? This card is a little bit mopey. I can go turn 1 Grace or turn 2 Ren, but if I don't find the white source, this hand doesn't do anything. I think I'm going to keep it anyway. At least we can get into life every turn. Hopefully this is a matchup where the Boseiju Ren interaction is very good. Throw out Wolf you with the tier 1 sub, 20 months. Thank you so much for that. I heard this was the stream for lands and slots. Ooh, maybe my opponent will fix my hand. Yes, they did. Opponent fixed my hand. You love to see it. Fantastic. Fantastic. You love to see it. I find personally Grief plus an evil is better. Yeah, at least it turns the Grief into a real threat. Like, the difference between a 3-2 and a 4-3 is so huge. What are we doing now, opponent? What do you want to do? Another Burning Inquiry. Oh man, this time it actually worked. This time it actually did make my hand a little bit worse. They beamed both hollow ones, dude. That's just funny. I mean, they took both of my good cards this time around. And now we're just drawing bad cards. So that part is not great. This is my only loss in Modern. Yesterday, Burning Inquiry is bullshit. I do agree with that. Burning Inquiry is bullshit, yeah. Yeah, the fact that they beam 2 hollow ones, it's just such a delight. They're gonna get back Vengevine here, though, which is obviously pretty bad for me, but... A third hollow one has been banned, dude. That's 3 hollow ones going to the graveyard, man. Am I blocking here? I don't think so, because I'm kind of interested in killing this Flameblade Adept. I think I'm gonna save this because of Rallier. Ooh, that's a draw. I think that maybe it's better than Rallier. Game was close, now it isn't. Game was close. Not anymore. Not anymore. Grateful Hollow One is no longer in meta deck. Resolving burn inquiries and going low every other round was such a pain. Yeah, it was really awkward. Ooh, now they made my hand a little bit better. Still not great. It's not a fantastic hand or anything, but... Is my opponent ever gonna be able to trigger that Vengevine? Oh yeah, they mill an Ox, so this turn they're actually gonna. Alright, opponent's getting back Vengevine, finally. And then Vengevine's gonna have to hold back to block because otherwise they die to my elemental tokens. The classic blocking Vengevine. You'll love to see it. I think this deck is cool. I've been having a blast watching Caleb D play this deck. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a ton of fun. They also, of note, they have a wonder, right? They didn't find a blue source. So the wonder dude, their dudes are not flyers just yet, but is that enough to survive? How many tokens do I get to make? 1, 2, 3, 4. They serve? They serve? Are you a maniac, opponent? They serve at Ren, even. And I blocked for value. I don't know that they know what Suranor does. Show me the 0 mana fog, opponent. I'm ready for the 0 mana fog. Show it to me. Show me the 0 mana fog. Attack. Should remember Modern circa 2018 when Hollowed 1 was the deck and Amulet was playing 2 for Bayless in the board. Yes. Yes. And Amulet had a terrible, terrible Hollow 1 matchup. Amulet had an absolutely heinous Hollow 1 matchup. Because turns out Blood Moon is a hell of a card. Blaststone is interesting. It kills their Adept, which is nice. Cut that one over earlier. I think I'm gonna shave at least one Ren on the draw. We got a bunch of Boseijus. Boseijus kill Hollow 1, which is very, very nice. It also kills Blood Moon and stuff like that. I imagine they're gonna have... I think I'm just gonna cut the other damage skull. Yeah, that was a little bit of a greedy attack from my opponent there. A little bit of a greedy attack. What is this? Am I supposed to just keep this because my opponent's gonna inquiry me on turn 1? I kind of really want to keep this hand though. Turn 1 map, turn 2 Ren, turn 3 Rallier, turn 4 Titania. I'm gonna ship it. This is better. This makes it so I don't die a horrible death. Which is actually... Yeah, let's get rid of the Blast Zone. I don't love getting rid of the Blast Zone there, but... Turn 1? Steam Vents, alright. My opponent figured out after last game that... Temple Garden. Ending that shit. Dude, that thing kills you so quickly. It's really surprising how quickly that thing gets out of hand. So now we can just Boseiju the Steam Vents and they like their Wonder just doesn't do anything anymore. Neonate. You got it, Nate. Masaga. Pog. Well, that's a lot of power now. I wonder if I should have just Endurance there. Holy shit. Alright, we're dead now. I think we may just be fucking dead. Am I actually dead? 4, 5 plus 6, 11. I'm not actually dead, but I don't think I can keep up with that. And I guess I don't have to show them Boseiju. Like, I assume they know that I have it, but I don't have to show it to them. That was pretty good, opponent. That was pretty good. Yeah, this is fine. What's my opinion of Dryad plus Valakut in this archetype? My experience has been relevant quite often, but maybe it's unnecessary. So all of my original lists were Valakut lists, Valakut Dryad lists, and I ended up here because it just made my mana so much better. Having Valakut in your mana base is garbage. I think that if you're playing Valakut Dryad, you probably cannot play Reclaimer Flagstones, so you kind of have to choose which route do you want to go. But I mean, there's only so many so many land slots that you can use before your mana becomes non-functional, right? Opponent's deck playing Wonder is absolutely... I think it's genius. Playing Wonder in the Hollow 1 deck it's so smart, in my opinion. When Chelsea's made a worthy, the Valkyrie Dryad felt good. Yeah, it's possible. So I think here I'm gonna play Ren. Plus. And next turn I'm just gonna use the Endurance to block the Asmo. And it's not like my opponent can fly the Asmo, right? Because I have Soul Guide Lantern, so I just exile the Wonder and just block anyway. But instead of slowing my opponent down, I think I'd rather me put stuff on the board. Ran down a 1. Oof, Miss Land Drop is huge. Miss Land Drop is so huge. I wonder why they wouldn't... Wonder why they wouldn't get back... they wouldn't play the guy. The Underworld Cookbook there. I'm assuming this is probably game now. Since my opponent had nothing there. And I definitely want to target them because it makes it so their Ox is harder to cast. Yeah, I think this deck plays like 17 lands or something ridiculous, so... Keeping a 1-lander and not getting there is not the craziest thing. What's going on? Lightning Axe. Well, I'm very happy that Axe hit my Endurance and did not hit my Reclaimer. That's pretty good news. So that probably locks up the game. I would be very surprised if that doesn't win. Oh man. But my Reclaimer though. Endurance is so good, man. Like, this card is so fantastic. This card is just so ridiculously good. Jesus. How can this deck be so good? Remember how I thought it was the worst one when it was first spoiled? Yep. Not me. Not me. I remember I think it was in Titan Talk where it's like everybody, like the guys were saying, I don't know about this Endurance card. Like it doesn't really feel that good or whatever. And I'm like, guys, I think this may be like the best graveyard, like the best possible sideboard card that a green deck could have wished for. I was really, really high on Endurance when I saw it. So I can make another 5-3, or I can get the Saga going. I think I'm going to get the Saga going. And I'm probably serving. Yeah, a lot of people thought Fury was bad. That is true. A lot of people thought Fury was bad. Underworld Cookbook. They're gonna try to race me by cracking clues? There's no way, right? By cracking food, I mean. If they attack, I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna take 8. Yeah, we just win on the crackback. Okay, you got an Ox. Asmo. Well, that Asmo's probably dead. Can I actually march this thing? So it's 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can. That's funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I Prismatic Ending the Asmo, swing for lethal. That's very funny. And we know their last card in hand is a cookbook, so we're safe to do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Just triple counting, but yeah, this game's over. Can't be less than 5. 5. Zero. I imagine that all of the people that didn't think Fury was great didn't play against much of the card. What's his name in Legacy? Pyrokinesis. 3-1. Not a bad start for Naya lands. Last round on the draw, but you know what this is? You know what this is? This is what the kids call Splinter Twin. This is what the kids call Splinter Twin. Oh no. I think this is Calibrated Blast. Ugh. Fucking hate this deck. Yep. God damn it. Honestly, if you're playing Calibrated Blast and you keep a 7-card hand, that's just not fair, you know? So if I get a fetch, we fetch. Yeah, I think we gotta get a fetch land. Because now what I get to do is I get to fetch for plains. Actually for a forest. Rally her back to Flagstones. No Glacial Chasm in Modern, yeah, that would be great. Play the Saga. There you go. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. Who would win? Splinter or one single blast? Come on, Freed. You can't just do that to me, man. Thank you for the sub, though. Yeah, I know. I'm playing your garbage, stupid deck. God damn it, just whiff, man. I don't think anything does anything at all. Like, this doesn't do anything. Like, it stops the retrace card. And this kills literally nothing, so this stops the retrace card at least. Boseiju kills the fucking, the 4/4 dragon. Chalice on 3. I mean, you're laughing, but at the same time, I mean, I don't think I have anything better, right? Yeah, Bite Needle's just not good. I'd rather have all of the other options that I have here. Yep, here we go. Chalice on 3. We got a plan, chat. We got a plan. This Chalice insists. So I'm just going to bottom the Endurance, and I'm just going to hope that my opponent gets a little bit... Oh, come on! Come on! Really? Keep 7, and this time around they're going to kill me on 2? I guess they're going to 15 me on 2, I guess. Dude, some people are just built differently. Where's your fucking Mishra's Factory now? Why don't you have a Mishra's Factory now? Mishra's Factory draw now, opponent. Come on. God damn it. Yeah. Come on, do it. They have 4 cards in the entire deck that do anything at all. And I've never seen anybody whiff. The only time I've seen anybody whiff was Evan. And Evan would go like... just spin in... Oh, right on time, Reclaimer. Where's my Boseiju? What a garbage way to go, man. If they hadn't had the gemstone mines, we would have been able to stabilize. God damn it, man. I fucking hate this deck. Anyway. Alright, so we got scammed in that last round. Deck worked pretty well. I feel like we could have won the very first game that I played. I was like a little bit rusty and I just played like garbage, but that's fine. The deck worked fairly well otherwise. I think it's a cool shell. And I think that Renegade Rallier it's a silent all-star in this archetype. So I'm really high on this card. I feel like it's much better than Dryad. Like when I tried Dryad in the past, Dryad was a little bit hit or miss, and you don't really have... If we had access to Green Sun Zenith in the format, I would definitely be playing a Dryad version of the deck. But with Summoner's Pact and Illamir Skull, like those cards are so much worse than the Green Sun Zenith that I don't think that we can really afford to. And like those cards are just clunky, right? So because of that, I don't think that we can... I don't think that going the Dryad route is the better route. I think that going the Reclaimer route is the better route, and I don't think that you can play both Reclaimer, Flagstones, and Valakuts in the same deck, because at that point your mana base is just absolutely heinous and like it's almost non-functional. And Boseiju kind of takes up the space for Valakut, except it's so much better than Valakut, right? Like it's an untapped green source. Like this casts Reclaimer on 1, which Valakut doesn't. So this brings us closer to a good green untapped green source on 1 count. So not really. Let me rephrase that. I'm really sure that this is better than going the Valakut route. You could cut other stuff for Valakut. Like we could theoretically cut Sagas for Valakut, or we could cut like the Blast Zone or the Bojuka Bog and stuff like that. But at that point, your Reclaimer becomes worse, because like your Reclaimer only gets power once you already have a Dryad in play, and if you have a Dryad in play, like you're probably just winning anyway. So anyway, I think that I like this version of... This is the version that I like the most right now. So yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the league. If you did, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And yes, I said the intro, if you're interested in me playing a deck list of your choice on stream or on a video for YouTube, or if you want to take coaching, you can find all of the information in the description of the video down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.